You know, Cat Williams also touched on a lot of like the foul play we hear about in Hollywood, where it's like shit. Even your uncle had touched on it. Shout out to Tommy, because
Yeah.
Uncle Tommy was talking about it, and he was like, "Listen, man, the way they did D-Ray Davis,
the way they did
get on
D-Ray.
that horse.
Yeah.
It's like they force you to do. They try to force you, and it's up to you if you accept it or not. But just know, if you don't accept whatever weird old task they asking you to do, you probably won't see that guy succeed to that mainstream level. And you see it time and time again.
We see, and it's funny how you know, shout out Tom Wright for coming to do our interview. Who's an actor, and he really, you know, touched based upon how Hollywood really has a stranglehold, and you know, you can really be blackballed out of the industry. And it's funny because, you know, when you see actors like Debo, Tiny Lister, R.I.P.
Yeah.
You know, if you know his story and why he's only in Friday, he's known for Friday and like a few other movies, is because you know, they tried that with him. He wouldn't do it. So
what they try to do?
they wanted to put on a dress. Wanted to put on a dress.
The goddamn
and
dress.
he wouldn't do it. But I'm saying, like, it makes sense why we see certain you know, certain people in the industry. What happened to them? What happened to this person? So and so. You know, they've been blackballed from the industry, and then we see all these other people who are not forced upon us, but they're everywhere. Yeah. You know, it kind of makes sense in that term. And we talk about, you know, what happened with Monique, how she was blackballed after you know, after she talking about, you know, her integrity and everything. And it makes sense. It makes so much sense why we don't see her as often. Yeah. And while we see so many other people as often, and we don't see as many other people as often.
Yeah, because they weren't willing to play ball.
Yeah.
And that it is fucked up, because you see a lot of big comedy names. They don't get the opportunities that you see. Like, how many times are you going? They put Kevin Hart in 4 Ice Cube movies. Yeah, all different genres, all different brands. Like, it's like, bro, how come? Like, I understand a lot of times when it is that when they take one black comedian and he has like an era. Yeah. You know, like Richard Pryor was the first. Eddie Murphy had his turn. Then it was like then Martin Lawrence came in and was like the next big thing, because Eddie Murphy had a long ass run from the 80s to the early 2000s.
Yeah, he did.
Then Martin Lawrence took over.
Came in.
And then after Martin Lawrence, I know I'm gonna be forgetting some. there was Chris Tucker and Martin Lawrence. They were like around the same time. Chris Tucker, Martin Lawrence, and then
everybody. They have a face. They have a face of an era, right? That they constantly push out there.
But it's like, why can't other actors have got? I mean, other black comedians or other black actors have gotten these roles?